Welcome to the Story-Eyed Podcast. My name is Brendan.
And I'm Jen. On this show, we talk about all things Williams syndrome. We're excited to share our community with you. Thanks for being here.
Isn't it, when you're having fun and you're, just chatting away about, we covered weather, we covered speed metal, we covered Cologne,
metal,
we covered employment,
all kinds of things. Yeah.
Brett's great. How long have you known Brett?
For a while. Yeah, we became friends probably like last year. And we've had chats here and there, and
through like mutuals, like mutual friends and stuff. And
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm so happy he was able to join us. And for those of you listening and are not seeing, there's only 2 boxes on the screen right now because Jen ultimately couldn't make it work in her schedule this week. So I got to say, I'm lucky. I'm lucky enough to have gotten to step in because we had this really super fun conversation with Brett Menna. Yeah.
Love you, Jen. Love you, Brett.
These last few weeks have been very heavy, and upcoming weeks are going to be heavy as well as we start talking to some of our medical professionals and stuff. And so, some of the topics that we're talking about have been a lot.
Yeah, and I struggled with it for a while. And I was like, I have to get myself out of this slump. Like, I can't keep doing this to myself. Like, if we aren't going to talk about it, then who will? This is part of my job. It's not the greatest thing to talk about. It sucks, but if we don't get the word out, or if we don't talk about these heavy subjects, who else is? Who's gonna, right?
Right. It's a conversation that we hopefully are starting, or not just we're not starting it like no one's been talking about this. It's just hopefully we can be a place where people can share their thoughts on this stuff, and we can start kind of coming together and having the conversation about fear and anxiety and death and stuff. Come together and have a more full conversation. But all that being said,
today was awesome.
Been a lot, and we needed a little break.
Yeah, today was good.
And luckily, our friend Brett
was our man to do it.
Yeah, he was like, "Hey, I'm free. I can come on." And we're like, "Great, cool. Let's come on." And we had kind of a bro hang.
We did. We had a real bro hang.
A little bit of a bro hang. Obviously, if Jen were here, it would have been very different. But I think a bro hang was exactly what I needed.
Yep, that's perfect way to start a Monday.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely. All right. Well, enjoy Brett Menna. Enjoy Tornado Cologne.
Yes, let's go. And death metal.
Tornado Cologne. And Tornado Cologne is the name of my death metal band.
There it is. There we go. I am so here for it.
Hi, I'm Morgan Jane Starkman from Inner Sense Organic Beauty, and I'm so excited to share something that I love. Our Hair Renew Scalp Hair Bath and Soothing Conditioner. Soothes my hair and soothes my scalp irritation. These products leave my scalp feeling truly calm, and they make me feel confident and cared for. And I think you'll love them too. Let's take care of our scalp and hair together. Try them today and save 15% on your first purchase with my code Morgan15 at InnerSenseBeauty.com.
All right. Well, hey, Brett, how are you, bud?
I'm doing good today.
Good. So, for those who don't know who you are, or might not know who you are, why don't you take a second to introduce yourself and tell everyone a little bit about yourself?
Okay, so hello everybody around the nation and around the world. My name is Brett Menna, and I am 19 years old, about to turn 20 next January.
Nice. Where do you live? Where are you joining us from?
I live in Decatur, Illinois. So
okay, cool.
Yeah, and the weather's been quite terrible here, so.
Yeah.
So very cool. So I've seen photos of Brendan out there, shoveling the snow, working. Do you get out there, Brett, and get the old shovel going, get the old snowblower going?
I do, but I don't have a snowblower. But I would do is I have a 0-turn mower, and I would get a snowplow attachment for that, so it'd be way easier than just freaking like shoving your back and making it hard on your whole body.
Be smarter.
I saw Brendan on a photo, he said, I was coming in from shoveling snow with like frizzy hair, and it made me laugh and smile.
Oh yeah, yep.
Yep.
Yep. Those are the days.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's awesome, Brett. Right before we joined, right before we kick this thing off, you were all ready to jump in and start talking about a convention coming up in a couple months.
Yeah.
Are you getting excited? You're going.
I hope I'm going. I am. It's a matter of my SSI stuff because when I first signed in, they rejected me the first time, and then we tried to send everything again, and they denied me a second time. So I'm trying to get my SSI together so that way I could go. But I do have some money I could forward or donate or save up for the convention.
This is a perfect time to also mention that there are convention scholarships available.
Yes.
You
Yep.
can
Okay.
click on the scholarship link on the convention page
Okay.
and apply. Hopefully, you can get a waiver on all that stuff,
Yeah.
and that will come through too. But if you're in a boat like Brett, where you're trying to get things squared away, but it's a little too spendy to just pay out of pocket, go check out the convention page and
Yep.
sign up
Yep.
for a scholarship.
The good
Well,
old
that's cool.
convention page.
Decatur, Illinois. Would you guys drive there or would you fly? Or I should say, do you prefer flying? Like, have you flown before?
I've flown, but with people like me and with Williams syndrome, plane flights can be different experiences. Like if you have stomach aches, like the second you get on the plane or your ears popping, like it's kind of hard for me to fly, but at the same time, it's kind of an advantage because I wouldn't want to be sitting on my butt in a car all day waiting to be at the convention. Like I want to see everybody. I want to see everybody. Like I just gotta be patient, and I feel like I'm a little impatient sometimes, but that happens all the time with me. I'm like, I really want to get to that event so I can see these people and do that thing, and like, but yeah, I prefer plane flight over a car, even though I prefer car sometimes over plane.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's that anticipation of just like I just want to get there and get to the
Yeah.
fun, get going on the fun.
Mhm.
The waiting is the hardest part. Tom
Yeah.
Petty, he was right.
Yep. A good
Um,
tip for when you fly is you eat gum. You chew a stick of gum when the plane goes up, and then you chew a stick when the plane goes down. So that way your ears don't pop, and it helps
Yep.
with
Hopefully,
the
it keeps all that.
elevation and everything. Yeah. Yeah.
That's your helpful tip from Brendan for the day. Yay, Brendan. So, Brett, what do you like to do when you're not being interviewed on a podcast?
Well, I have been studying storms and tornadoes basically all my life.
Get
So
out!
that's what I do when I am not on an interview, or I have a drum set, so I go down there and I drum a little bit.
Cool.
But I usually study tornadoes. Like there's a lot of people I know that chase tornadoes. Like Reed Timmer, for instance, he's one of the big ones out there in the world. Yeah.
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 How so you've been doing that like since you were a kid? Or is that
because
relatively recent?
it's been since I was a kid because we would usually be doing something, and then the second the tornado sirens would be going off, then there would be like this thing called a tornado. I'm like, what's a tornado? And then I see this big swirly thing, and I'm like, oh, that's a tornado. So I've like kind of studied how the way they form and what the environment needs to be for a tornado. Like cold front and warm front meet together, and that's just how tornadoes formed. Like,
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to be growing up. I was a weather nerd when I was a kid. I loved stuff like tornadoes and storms and
yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever chased a storm yourself?
No,
Okay.
but
Would you?
There was
Would
one-
you ever chase a storm yourself?
maybe, but I would pray beforehand because you never know what could happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Praise be to God that I don't die during
Get
the
your
tornado.
ducks in order. Yep, get your ducks
Yeah.
in order. Make sure you have all your bases covered, and then
Uh-huh.
you can go. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
I know there was a huge EF4 in Illinois. I don't know. It was like the Roselle, Illinois tornado. It must have been.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Or Roseville or Roselle. I'll have to look. I'll have to refresh my
You
mind.
know what's crazy?
Yeah.
I saw a video of 2 twin EF4s in one video. I was like,
Wow.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
twin tornadoes. I'm like, that's crazy. You better run
That's,
for your life because,
Yeah.
That's cow throwing weather right there.
yeah.
oh, yeah.
That's when you see the cow go flying by.
Yeah.
Wow. What is it specifically? articulate? Can you say a little bit like what is it about tornadoes specifically that interests you?
Well, it fascinates me how big they can get and how small they can get because, you could be under a tornado, it can be a small, tiny thing and it can go off the rails. It can get in like an EF5. Like I keep watching this short where they're chasing the Joplin tornado, and at first it's like a small little thing that's swirling and then it grows up into a big EF5, and I'm like, holy cow. And also the sound of tornado sirens, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is bad weather. Like,
Yeah.
wow. And
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you
then,
were talking about the Pilger, Nebraska tornadoes, the
yeah,
2.4s. Yeah.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
Cool. Well,
yeah,
that's wild. So it's sort of that they're scary, but it's kind of because they're scary that it interests you, and you're like, I want to know more about this.
yeah.
Is that accurate to say?
Hmm.
Yeah. My son's a little bit like that too. He digs tornadoes and storms, and then when they actually happen, he's like, I'm a little afraid of them. A little afraid of them.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so, well, cool. So we got weather. We got occasionally go downstairs, play drums.
Hmm.
What kind of drumming do you like to do? Like, what kind of bands do you like to play along with?
Well, I haven't really gotten great at drums. I just go around and play whatever I have in my mind, but I know that's not proper etiquette. The proper
Sure.
way is to like play whatever you're taught, but like I really am not that experienced. But I did take drum lessons and I want to get better.
Yeah.
But I like to listen to metal because of how fast the drummers can play. It's incredibly crazy how fast they can go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what that.
It's like if someone took like 3 Mountain Dews, put it in one cup, and then drank that cup, and then
Yep.
Yeah.
went to the drum set with drumsticks and just like it's
Uber.
just crazy.
An Uber do.
Yep.
So you're 19. Have you graduated school?
I graduated school, yes.
Awesome.
And right now it's kind of complicated for me because I'm at home a lot and I want to be out doing a job. And when I was graduating high school, people were like asking me, what do you want to do when you grow up? Well, I don't know what fits right with me. Like I don't know what fits with my personality.
Yeah.
But I want to find something that's fit for me. Like I've already applied for day camp with kids, working at the park, working at the theater, like doing a whole bunch of things. Like
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I want to get out there and make a name for myself. Like
You will.
All right,
You will.
so let's dig into this a little bit. What's important to you? What's important to you when you think about, okay, I'm getting up and going to work? Like what would be the thing that you would be like, I'm going to work today and I'm excited to do what? See people, work with my hands, what kinds of things do you like to do?
I like to talk to people and I like to get to know about them a lot. And, I like to give them a hug because, that's what we Williams Center people do,
Yeah,
And
yeah.
sometimes we need to ask, but, it's
Well,
always good to give someone a
yeah.
hug. And,
Yep.
but
Always make sure you have permission.
just to see what the excitement is all about at work, like whether
Yeah.
this is happening or that is happening, like what's going on. Like I'm always interested in stuff.
So you don't want to be like put in a back room where you're just like sorting inventory or and you don't see anybody for 8 hours or 6 hours or whatever. You want to
Nope.
be front facing so that you can actually interact with people.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you like clothes or tools or like colognes or I'm trying to think of like things that
Cologne
people
connoisseur over there.
yeah, what's that?
How did you know I like colognes? That was like you read
Oh,
my
I was
mind
just try-
because I do.
Oh,
I
really?
do.
I was just trying to think of like because when you go shopping, there are people who are working, that like they have the samples and stuff.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so I was just trying to think of jobs like that. So maybe, man, how did you get into colognes?
Well, that was my dad that got me into colognes and just like smelling them in the mall. I'm like, what are these things? And it's like cologne and fragrances. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then like the different smells. I don't like really dark smells. I like more citrusy and fresh smells
Yeah.
because that's
Yeah, that was
who
gonna
I
be my
am.
next question. So you want something a little lighter, something a little like, but you don't like want that sandalwood and
No.
burnt oak put it all over your. I smell like a forest fire. It's been forever since I've been like shopping at in like a mall or a store or anything like that. So I don't know if But I know that that's a job that people do. They,
Yeah.
are out there with samples for colognes. Maybe you become Brett Menna cologne guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think that's important, because especially with people with any sort of intellectual or developmental disability, a lot of job places tend to want to go like, oh, this is what we have available to do, instead of approaching employment like, what is it that you like to do? What is it that what is it that you, let's look at your skills and see, what might be the right fit. Finding that job that is going to be not just a job to collect a paycheck, but something that's going to be fulfilling.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like you said, you want to get out there and make a mark in the world. Luckily you're 19 and you got some time here.
You got some time
Yeah.
on your hands, bud.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let me just throw this out there as a possibility. You go find a tornado,
Hmm.
spritz a bunch of cologne into the tornado, and then the tornado distributes it. I'm just saying it could make a whole town smell good.
Yeah,
That'd be
it would,
cool.
but then what if
That would be
Oh
cool.
my God, the two of
that would be
you,
fun?
are
But
like, what in the world is he talking about?
like, imagine just someone like who has allergies walking into that. They're like, "What the heck?"
Oh man.
Oh my God. Yeah, that
Like,
would be. Yeah, oh my, our
but I
town
mean,
smells like patchouli.
Or frankincense and myrrh.
Yeah. Okay, so maybe we table that. Maybe we table that idea. I was
Maybe,
just spitballing. I was just trying to think of how to
put a
combine
pin
a
on it.
couple of Brett's favorite things.
I can just imagine the storm chasers be like, "Dang, this tornado tastes good. Smells good, but it's scary."
Yeah, look at yeah,
Like,
sure, it's causing a whole bunch of destruction and everything, but
It smells.
it makes me feel like I'm at a picnic.
uh-huh. Yeah.
Drumming wise, who's your favorite drummer?
My favorite drummer is Bryce Butler, and he's from the band Shadow of Intent. I got to dedicate my fan type of person to him because he's a good drummer. And
Connecticut-based band, and they're fantastic. I have listened to almost all of their music. They're so flipping good.
All
So
right,
flipping good.
old guy here. What's the name of the band again?
Shadow of Intent.
oh yeah,
Yep.
they don't mess around. They're like a full
No.
metal
And
band. And
they do children's music, yeah? No.
No, and it's cool. I've actually chatted with the vocalist before through Facebook. So here and
Cool.
there a few times. Yeah, he's really nice.
It's the same thing.
Brett's face is priceless right now.
I want to meet him.
Yeah, he's cool. He's very nice.
well, just reach out to him on Facebook.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, I would love to meet Ben Dewar and all the band because they're like such an inspiration to me, and like they have good music, and it's just crazy how fast they can go. And Ben is just out of the world with his vocals. I'm telling you.
His technique is impeccable. In
Yeah.
that genre of music, his technique is like top tier for
Is
sure.
he
Yeah.
okay? So as someone who hasn't listened to it, and I'll listen to it after the show, I'll tune it in. Is he one of these guys where the band is rocking out crazy, and his vocals are like almost operatic in like, or is he more like scruffy grunt scream, that sort
Yeah,
He's like
that kind of
screaming
thing.
and gutturals
of okay.
over the top,
Squeals,
over
Yeah.
the
tunnel
roof.
throw, and all that kind of stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, the highs. His highs are so high, and his lows are just
Wow. Yeah,
yeah.
those dudes have vocal cords of steel when they're singing like that.
Lorna Shore too. I love Lorna Shore. Their drummer is amazing.
Austin Archie. Oh yeah.
Austin and Will Ramos are Lorna Shore is so good. Yeah.
Well, for those of you just tuning in now, this is Speed Metal Update with Brendan
Yep.
and Brett.
Yep.
We
Good
are
old
talking
death
about.
metal. Yeah.
Did you listen to like this kind of music growing up, or like what was? This is a question for both of you. Like, what was it like when you like the first time you heard that type of music? Because I mean, I know in general people with Williams syndrome, the connection to music is so strong, that feeling. So I'm guessing when something so intense as like a speed metal or a heavy metal song comes. Like, do you remember that first time hearing some sort of heavy metal song?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I grew up, in a musical family, so I listened to a lot of genres of music. Like, my favorite kind of music was progressive rock growing up. And also, funny enough, like Dave Matthews Band and Fish, so more of like the jam band style stuff.
Oh,
But like, when I first heard like the certain death metal songs, it was like a bolt of electricity shooting through my body. It was just so powerful, so insane. It chills from beginning to end. It was just like, oh my God. Like, this is amazing. Like, nothing can top this. And then you find another band that even tops that, and you're like, mind blown.
yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
What about you?
You know that type of feeling where you're like a superhero and you're rising in the air and then lightning strikes you and you have those like white or whatever color eyes the lightning is? That's what it felt like for me. I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
And it was like a punch in my chest. I was like holy crap, this is insane.
Yeah.
It kind of becomes like a rush. You listen to that music to like re-experience that rush of energy. I really only go as fast as like a Metallica. That's about as fast
Okay.
as I go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe like an Iron Maiden.
Mm.
I do like the bands that I grew up with would have been like Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, and everything. And
Yes.
it was a lot of very heavy guitar, heavy drums, but the vocals were like kind of soaring, and they were like
Yeah.
run to the hills, and like
Yeah.
full vibrato, and I always just loved that sort of that juxtaposition of this really aggressive sound, and then this voice that's just sort of floating up on top of everything.
Queensryche,
Yeah,
that.
Queensryche is
Yeah.
another one.
Yes. Yeah.
And whenever I hear a metal song, like I feel like people like let me just give you an imitation of what I think people think of metal. Like when they listen to it, like, oh, we're going there. I had no idea that they could play this fast or da 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 da. Like metal's just crazy in general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And apart from the metal bands I listen to, my other favorite musicians are the honorable Brendan Lemieux and Brett Fleming.
Thanks, bud. Thanks, bud. Appreciate you.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
And I've also seen people bring instruments to like the conventions and people get on those instruments and play around. I'm like,
Yep.
I would love to do that.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I brought a couple of my guitars to a few of the conventions before, and
Yeah, a lot of people will bring their personal instruments, and that we're gonna have an area set up in the convention center that'll just be for for adults with Williams syndrome, like an 18 plus area, where people can just hang out and jam on music or sit and chat, flirt with each other, whatever, all that stuff that happens at convention.
yeah,
And
because it does happen.
yeah,
I already have a girlfriend, so,
I,
so
I
like,
just flirting is flirting. That's all I'm saying. We as an organization certainly are not going to like this is the makeout corner. No, there will be no official WSA makeout corner sponsored by Visit Niagara.
yeah.
And Jaden is awesome. I love her. She's great.
Jaden is my girlfriend, by the way, and she's cool. She goes through a lot, but
Yeah.
Does she live nearby?
She lives 3 hours away from me in Greenfield, Indiana.
Okay. Okay. How often do you guys get together or see each other in person?
Well, we met online,
Uh-huh.
so we just FaceTime all the time, and me and her and my buddy Tayden, which recommended me to come on here and do this interview. He's a good guy.
Yep.
Yeah,
Um,
love Jaden.
Love Tayden.
we talk all
Shout
the
out
time.
to Tayden.
Shout
Shout
out
out to Tayden. If you're watching this, shout out to you, brother.
Awesome. Yeah, he's great.
So yeah, and I've met different friends from different like countries. Like I have a good friend of mine. Her name is Shauna, and she's from the UK in England.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have a buddy from Florida named Derek Wood, and I have a bunch of other people that are awesome.
Weirdly enough, I mean, this has flown by. We are actually kind of coming to the end of our time together. what, Brett, would you want to make sure that people in the world know about you, about people with Williams syndrome? Anything else that you want to make sure people know about?
I want to make sure that if people want to bully you, you don't let them do that to you.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
if someone has something to say to me, they can say it all I want, and I wouldn't care because, I'm me, and no one else can say what I say or control what I say. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And also make sure to give your friends daily hugs at the convention if you see them.
And, even not at the convention, just give friends daily hugs, even if they're virtual.
Yep.
Just virtual hugs. That stuff also works. I think those are pretty wise words, my friend.
Yep.
Or you can even make it weird by saying I love you.
Make it weird. Make it weird, people.
Make it
Go
weird because
ahead.
I always say I love you to my friends, and they're like,
Say
okay,
the
I love
awkward
you
thing.
too.
Normalize. It'll never become normal if it's not weird first.
Right.
So, if I tell my male friends that, like I have a couple buddies and I'm like, yeah, I love you, man. I love you. Normalize that. Sometimes you just got to say the weird thing.
Mm-hmm.
Joel, I love you.
I love you, Brendan. Hey, Brett, I know we just kind of met. I love you, Brett.
I love you too, Joe. And I love you, Brendan. You're the best.
I love
You guys
you,
are the
Brendan.
best.
We love Brendan. Brendan is A+ gold star.
Let me say one more thing. Just because someone is disabled doesn't mean they can't do anything. Like,
Exactly.
if you want to look at someone with a disability and say they can't do this, you won't want to say that because you'll find out soon enough that they're able to do something. You're like, wow.
Right. Look at the value of a different perspective. Just appreciate that you get someone who views the world differently and can offer a unique perspective on things, and find a way to make that the new normal. You're absolutely right, Brett. Brett, you have the final word.
I want to give out a shout out to a few of my friends. First of all, Derek Woods. Second of all, Shauna Leadham. Third of all, Tanner Strickland, Tayden Larson, and all my friends in the world. And especially Callie, True Love.
Yeah. Let's go.
Callie, true
Ding,
love.
Love you
ding,
guys.
Ding, ding, ding. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right, that's the perfect ending.
You've been listening to the Starry-Eyed Podcast, presented by the Williams Syndrome Association and sponsored by Inner Sense Organic Beauty. The show is hosted by Jennifer Keaton and Brendan Lemieux and produced by me, Joel Lispman. All music by Tommy Barbarella and Mariella Elm. Got a question for the show? Email us at podcast@williams-syndrome.org. Video version of the podcast available on the Williams Syndrome Association channel on YouTube and on the Starry-Eyed Podcast page on Facebook. Audio version available wherever you get your podcast delights. So like and subscribe and help spread some Williams Syndrome awareness.